In the top stories, Prime Minister Harris addresses the nation at monthly press conference. Federation records its 12th COVID-related death and signed Patriots jersey presented to the Governor General. The details on these stories and more after the break.
Hey, man, I just can't believe that.
Yo, sweet boy, what you really crying for?
Why you see me crying, boy? My man crying. I just see her thinking about that girl. I think she cheating on me, you know.
You lie.
Boy, for real. A couple of weeks ago, right? She come telling me how I'm too sweet. And that I just make she belly roll and I got her thighs rubbing. What is that?
No, man.
But yes. Look, she tell me, right, that we need some time apart. To be honest, I wasn't too concerned about that because you know how the girls and them, they're addicted to me sweetness. But then I see she the other day. And the girl looking so good, looking so fresh and so lean.
Boy, you sure she addicted to you?
But yes. But wait. Look at her. Come. Hide. Boy, come hide now. Oh, I can't believe. But is that what going on? Really? Why you got to say for yourself?
Drink some water, share some love. Tell your body you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell somebody you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell your body you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell somebody, hey.
Use BioCare Lab Strong Ends products to supercharge your hair with deep lasting hydration from nature's most amazing moisturizers, raw moisturizing honey, and conditioning shea butter. These ingredients pull moisture from the hair to boost, strengthen, and restore the oldest and weakest parts of your hair, your ends, helping to keep them stronger. Wow, beautiful hair. Strong Ends. Dry, damaged, breaking hair and no hair growth? Strong ends? Whoa! I'm not cutting this hair for anything. Weak, thinning edges due to weaves and braids. Strong ends? Longer and free of split ends. Get supercharged from roots to end with BioCare Lab Strong Ends Honey and Shea Butter Infused Relaxer and Hair Growth Product. Available retail at CNC Superfoods on the Bay Road and wholesale at CNC Trading on the CAP Southville Industrial Park. Telephone 465-4081.
Summer is ending, but the deals are just beginning with the Quartz End of Summer Sale. Get up to 50% off your favorite items to include patio furnishings, pools, coolers, TVs, mattresses, and more. Plus, shop today with the Ready Finance and pay nothing for 60 days. Take advantage of these sizzling summer deals for a limited time only. Shop in store and online at shopcourts.com. Conditions apply. Quartz, bringing value home.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Kyla Berridge. Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Timothy Harris has reiterated the need for everyone to get involved in the fight against COVID-19. Speaking at his monthly press conference on Tuesday, the Prime Minister said the people of the Federation are privileged to have access to both the Pfizer and AstraZeneca vaccines. He said, however, that the government has no intention at this time to mandate vaccines.
Just next door in Antigua and Barbuda, the government issued a mandate to get its people vaccinated. Guyana has also mandated vaccination. And while our government has not yet been inclined to mandate vaccination, I strongly urge and encourage every citizen and resident to get vaccinated soonest. We need all hands on deck in this fight. Too much is at stake. The quality of our lives and the security of our livelihoods depend on it.
He said the right choice remains to get vaccinated as the Federation cannot remain in a semi-bubble. Speaking on the way forward, the Prime Minister outlined the government's objectives as it relates to COVID-19.
As we learn to live with the virus, our objectives are, inter alia, to have 80% of our population inoculated with at least their first dose of the vaccine by the end of November, to achieve a 70% target adult population fully vaccinated, to have over 80% of our students between the ages of 12 to 17 years vaccinated by December 31st. With such a high vaccination coverage, assuming we realize these objectives, we will then be able to prevent future disruptions in our schools and indeed in our country.
Another objective, he said, is the possibility of a reduction in the quarantine period for fully vaccinated inbound passengers. In giving updates on several sectors, the Prime Minister said they are optimistic about tourism arrivals for 2022. Construction continues to provide increased employment opportunities, and at present there are a record amount of fishers registered. The government has also received a commitment of 2 field hospitals, one for St. Kitts and the other for Nevis, the first of which will arrive in October. On the heels of the 11th COVID-related death announced on Sunday, the Federation has recorded another death, bringing the national total now to 12. News of the 12th came via the COVID-19 Situation Report number 543, disseminated by the Ministry of Health, dated Monday at 11:59 p.m. This is the 8th death for the month of September. Other information listed on the Situation Report state that 19 new cases were identified within the preceding 24 hours, bringing the number of active cases to 899 of 1,891 total cases. There are 980 recoveries. Authorities continue to urge persons to follow all COVID-19 protocols to safeguard themselves against the virus. On Tuesday morning, Minister of Sport Honorable Jonel Powell presented Governor General His Excellency Sir S.W. Tapley Seaton, GCMG CVO QCJP LLD, with a St. Kitts Nevis Patriots jersey signed by all of the players. The presentation took place during a brief visit to Government House.
In commemoration of such a successful tournament,
yes,
I have just a small token that I would like to present to you.
Yes.
And it is a DJ Bravo St. Kitts Nevis Patriots jersey.
That's excellent.
Which is signed by the entire 2021 team.
Wow. Thank you very much. This is appreciated.
During the visit, Minister Powell reflected on the success of the CPL tournament held at Warner Park, noting the economic benefits it brought to the Federation.
I think in the first 2 weeks alone, they would have spent in excess of $2 million directly in payments to local service providers, from taxi drivers to caterers. Well, that does not include the hotel. Caterers, all sorts of different service providers, technicians.
Excellent.
By the end of it, they would have also paid what was an unexpected bonus to the groundsmen, who I think did a fantastic job. The tournament could not have come off without them.
Minister Powell said the CPL's success has now provided a model to guide how future large-scale events can be held while following COVID-19 protocols. After the break, former Sport Permanent Secretary convicted of indecent assault and Development Bank donates to Carnival. Stay with us.
Triple the joy at home as you elevate your experience with Flo's new Triple Play bundles. For the first time ever, bundle up and save on internet, TV, and home phone together for more satisfaction. For as low as $175, enjoy up to 35 megabits per second super fast internet, 70 TV channels with HD entertainment, and free landline minutes with the all-in bundle. Visit your nearest Flo store to sign up for a Triple Play bundle. Conditions apply.
Yeah. hero. September is the month of heroes in St. Kitts and Nevis. And for the months of September to October, Horsford's Automotive wants you to be a hero too. Yes, drive like a hero at the massive Horsford's Automotive Be a Hero sales event. Go to Horsford's Automotive today and drive away like a hero with up to $35,000 discount on select models. Your choice of either free gas for 3 months or up to $1,000 in free groceries. Pay just 10% VAT. Yeah, just 10% VAT. Free servicing for 1 year. Free bill of sale. Free registration, licensing, and tinting. 0 down payment. That's right. Absolutely 0 down payment. And much, much more. Drive away like a hero from Horsford's Be a Hero sales event. The biggest, most heroic sales event ever in the Federation. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Welcome back. Former Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Sport, Stanley Knight, has been convicted of indecent assault. According to a police source, the verdict was handed down on Monday. He has since been remanded to Her Majesty's Prison pending sentencing. The offense reportedly occurred on October 31st, 2018. He was arrested and charged on November 13th of that year. The Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis has cemented itself as a gold sponsor of the 50th hosting of St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival with the donation of a check to the committee on Tuesday. Marketing and Product Development Officer at Development Bank, Chantel Winchester, handed over the check for $30,000 to Chair of the National Carnival Committee, Shannon Hawley. Ms. Winchester said the bank is pleased to contribute to the festival in this way, as has been done in previous years.
It is indeed a pleasure of the Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis to partner with the National Carnival Committee once again. We know that given the impacts of COVID-19, the landscape of the activities may have changed, but we still saw it as important to partner with you with your big 50th celebrations, as we have just celebrated our 40th anniversary as well. Some may look at it as just a plethora of activities, but we look at it as the preservation of our culture. And because of that, and because our mantra is also to make a sustained positive difference in the lives of the citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis, we had to come on board and partner with you again. So from the Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis, we say thank you for the opportunity to partner with you.
Ms. Hawley thanked the bank for its continued support and promised a memorable Sugar Mass 50.
I wish to sincerely thank the Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis for coming on board once again to assist National Carnival as a gold sponsor for our 50th anniversary activities. As you said, the whole landscape of the world has changed, but one thing has not changed is the support and partnership that Development Bank and National Carnival have had over the past several years. It may not be what we expect, but we can assure you that this year's National Carnival 50th anniversary golden celebration will be memorable, and it will be memorable because of sponsors and partners like the Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis.
The Development Bank's donation to the Carnival Committee makes them the first gold sponsor of this year's Carnival celebrations. Confidentiality within client-counselor relationships plays a big role in determining the success of any case. That's according to members of the counseling department. In outlining boundaries that have to be upheld, Director of the department, Michelle Delacroix Blake, said that there must also be the appearance of confidentiality and not just spoken confidentiality.
Having professional service is more than just assuring people of confidentiality. It's also that we have to ensure that there is an image of confidentiality. So it's more than just saying to people your information will be kept confidential. There has to be also a sense, everything that is done. So when people come in, for example, you don't want people coming at the same time and sitting down in the front room, in the sitting area, and say, oh wait, you do come here too? So there must be the appearance of confidentiality.
She said when counseling persons from the same household, confidentiality becomes even more important.
When a person sits in your office, that office must be secure. It must be the appearance of confidentiality. If I have a relationship, a counseling relationship with you, and you see me in the supermarket talking to your sister, and you talk to me about concerns with your sister, I may be talking to your sister about something on the shelf that we're both looking at, but there must be the appearance. So our work is one which is intentional, because we have to be confidential in our actions, and there must be the appearance of confidentiality in everything we do. So it means then that boundaries have to be kept very strict and very clearly, so that the appearance is kept.
She said counselors have a duty to ensure that they are non-judgmental and also ensure that no personal bias, belief or value system is imposed onto the client. The St. Kitts Bastille Lions Club is pushing ahead with community-centered activities for the final quarter of 2021. ZIZ News spoke with Lions President Heather Grant, who noted that one of the upcoming projects is a vision screening exercise in the schools. She said this free exercise is done in collaboration with local eye doctors and will assist parents who may be financially impacted during the pandemic.
Most parents are not financially stable to be able to, give their children this kind of attention. And so, as the group, we, like I said, part of our mandate is vision. And so we, on a yearly basis, like to continue this program by going into the schools and seeking out those who are more or less fortunate, to say, in order to assist them with getting the proper examinations in the hope of eliminating blindness.
She said they will also be hosting an event called Journey for Sight for the visually impaired later in the year.
We take them on a walk, and then there's also a fun day where we give them, the time out to be able to relax other than in their normal, locations. We take them out, they play bingo, we take them to the beach, we do a little picnicking for them, just for them to be able to have a day of fun.
Ms. Grant said these events will be held while following all COVID-19 protocols as the Lions Club fulfilled its mandate to reach out and assist members of the community. Coming up in regional news, Jamaican attorney says employers should pay for requested COVID-19 tests. The details when we come back.
Here are your Hostel's Value Mart IG Value Club Blue Tag specials.
Running September 23rd to October 6th.
Langer's Cranberry Juices, $9.99. Rice-A-Roni or Pastoroni, $5.99. Snap Pack 4-pack, $4.99. Florida Natural Orange Juice, $12.99. Planet Oat Milk, $9.99. Wishbone Salad Dressings, $9.99 each. And now, our very low weekly
value deals. Super Chill Soda, $6.99. Lay's Stack Chips, $4.99. Peter Pan Peanut Butter, $10.99. Boost Nutritional Drinks, $7.99. IG Essential Everyday Cornflakes, $6.99. Moitran Ramen Noodles, just 99 cents. Shop smart, shop value mart. Juan in español.
Sea listo y haga sus compras a Value Mart.
There is no better time to discover what your National Bank Visa debit or black cards can do.
Mimi, what's that song?
It can get you out of a pickle. Using my National Bank Visa card is fast, secure, and convenient.
Cashless SKM is our new lifestyle choice. National Bank, always here.
Summer is ending, but the deals are just beginning with the Court's end of summer sale. Get up to to 50% off your favorite items, to include patio furnishings, pools, coolers, TVs, mattresses, and more. Plus, shop today with a ready finance and pay nothing for 60 days. Take advantage of these sizzling summer deals for a limited time only. Shop in store and online at shopcourts.com. Conditions apply. Courts, bringing value home.
And we're moving now to news on the regional scene. Employers should foot the bill for requested COVID-19 tests unless otherwise agreed with the employees. An opinion by Jamaican employment attorney Conrad George, who was speaking at a forum looking at vaccination in the workplace, put on by the private sector organization of Jamaica recently. More in this report.
As the thrust to vaccinate the population against COVID-19 continues, the ramifications of how to treat with vaccination in the workplace is still uncertain. One approach some businesses have taken is to require periodic testing in lieu of vaccination, which sees workers paying for tests. Employment attorney Conrad George says this should not be so.
Nobody should require an employee to pay for a test. That is contrary to the law and could amount to a constructive dismissal, which would end you up in the IDT straight away. It's an obligation of an employer under the law of employment to reimburse any expense properly incurred by an employee in the course of his employment. And if an employer sends the employee off to go and get a test, obviously that test is a requirement of and done in the course of his employment. The employer has to pay for it unless the employee agrees otherwise.
He says at this time, no business can unilaterally force employees to be vaccinated and terminate them for not doing so.
You cannot mandate anything. There is no one size fits all, as the law treats with every set of circumstances individually. So although the end result may well be the same as a mandated vaccination program, it is not possible legally to go straight to mandates. One has, as an employer, one has to look at all of the facts, all of the issues, listen to what the employee has to say, and eventually, if there can be no accord, then a compulsory instruction may be given and the employee's employment may be terminated, if in all the circumstances it is reasonable to do so.
Meanwhile, attorney Carla Ann Harris-Roper says alternative action should also be considered.
If it is a type of work that can is compatible with flexible work arrangements or work from home, or they can find some other alternatives to do what it is that they were contracted to do that reduces appreciably the risk that they may pose to others and themselves, then it is important that an employer look at these and to see if there are workable alternatives for their business.
Family physician Dr. Tanya Destang-Bobron says small island states like St. Lucia are running out of time when it comes to the COVID-19 pandemic. Getting vaccinated, she has stressed, is the only sure way to get out of the health crisis. She made the comments as one of the contributors to an OECS Commission-hosted discussion entitled COVID-19 Vaccines, A Dose of the Facts on Sunday.
We don't have the luxury.
According to Dr. Tanya Destang-Bobra, at this point, countries of the region do not have the luxury of time to achieve herd immunity. With COVID-19 ravaging their populations, the best bet, says the family physician, is to get their people vaccinated now.
We don't have the luxury. We lost that. We're small islands with limited resources. Our healthcare services in most islands are already overburdened. Our healthcare workers are already overburdened. We've lost so much. We've lost, our economies are unstable. People's livelihoods are still in limbo. We can't take much more. And I will tell you, today I told somebody, we are not good. Because the longer we stay in curfews and lockdowns and isolated, we face another issue that we're not looking at. It's a pandemic of mental ill health.
Dr. Destang Bobra, who has been very vocal about her stance on vaccines, says in spite of breakthrough infections, the vaccines have been shown to prevent serious illness, hospitalization and death, something she says she has seen in her own practice.
At no point in time did anybody say that vaccines would prevent infection. No vaccine does that. We've had measles, children who have been immunized with measles, mumps and rubella come up with measles. You know, we've had children immunized with chickenpox who come up with chickenpox. So we know that there are chances of infections even if you're vaccinated. However, what we know is that the vaccines, because of how they work by priming the immune system, the infections are milder, fewer complications, and the duration is usually shorter. So we are aware that the COVID vaccine will not work as well as people thought they would. But we're also seeing that the benefits are, one, they are less likely to get infected. And if they do get infected, they are less likely to transmit the infection. And if they do come down with the infection, their disease progress is milder and shorter.
The family physician has also encouraged boosting one's immune system. This, coupled with the vaccine, she says, gives an individual the best fighting chance against infection and illness. For the DBS News World, I am Zane Romulus.
Coming up, a new twist in the search for Mia Marcano. International news is next.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy a life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Welcome back. The disappearance of 19-year-old Mia Marcano has been deemed suspicious after a person of interest in the case has recently been found dead. More in this ABS News report.
The urgent search to find a 19-year-old college sophomore from Florida, missing since Friday.
Mia, this message is for you. I know you're alive. I know you're out there. We love you.
Mia Marcano, a student at Valencia College, was last seen at this apartment complex in Orlando where she lives and works.
She would never not be in contact with him, would never turn off her phone, obviously never let her phone battery drain completely down.
The case took an unexpected turn yesterday when a man police described as a person of interest, Armando Manuel Caballero, was found dead from an apparent suicide. Caballero was a maintenance man at the same apartment complex where Marcano works.
He had demonstrated a romantic interest in Mia. This was repeatedly rebuffed by Mia.
Authorities say Caballero entered Marcano's apartment with a maintenance-issued key 30 minutes before she finished her shift, and they say he had no work-related reason to enter.
We're still trying to investigate all the circumstances behind this.
Marcano's family remains hopeful she's alive.
Mia, anytime something should happen, fight, because we have your back. We cherish you. You are the family's princess. We miss you and fight.
Authorities say they suspect foul play. A $5,000 reward is being offered for a tip leading to Marcano's safe return.
Education in Nigeria's northern Borno state, the region at the heart of years of Boko Haram violence, is getting back on track. With new schools now built, enrollment is increasing, but because facilities cannot be built in areas where Boko Haram is still active, thousands of children still have no schools to go to. Al Jazeera's Ahmed Idris reports.
After years of disruptions, these high school students write their final year examinations. 6 years ago, most of them were either in displaced persons camps or on the streets with little hope of completing high school. They were forced from schools like these, attacked and damaged by the armed group Boko Haram, whose ideology is to fight Western education and influences.
Schooling
became completely impossible, even within Maiduguri as of that time, because most of the infrastructure of schools have become camps. Then we had to roll in, at that time, what was called education under emergency. Gradually, we emerged out of the emergency phase, and now we are working towards the stabilization phase. It's a challenge. So much of our infrastructure has been destroyed. You know, once it becomes a disaster, it exceeds our coping capacity.
This is now the face of schools in northern Nigeria's Borno state, the epicenter of the conflict. Old structures rehabilitated and new ones constructed.
Dozens of story buildings like this have been built to absorb as many out-of-school children as possible. Still, tens of thousands more are unable to access education. The government is unable to construct or rehabilitate schools in areas where there are significant threats from Boko Haram.
School enrollment is up, but the figure is nowhere near what it was before the conflict began. The United Nations Children's Fund says more than 1 million children were targeted for enrollment in the first 4 months of this year, but less than half that number were able to attend class because of the lack of facilities and security concerns. Experts want the Nigerian government to prioritize safety.
Security of those words or children that are to be enrolled, that's the most important thing, that their security should be guaranteed, and that of their teachers. You can't just give education to those in the urban areas, neglecting those in the rural areas. So those in the rural areas are now afraid of going back because they are not certain. They are not assured of their security.
With many schools in Nigeria's north classified as vulnerable to attacks by armed groups, some parents here in Borno worry about putting the lives of their children at risk. Ahmed Idris, Al Jazeera, Maiduguri, Nigeria.
Up next in sports, K-On Rockets in the spotlight and a double win for Alia Atkinson in Italy. Stay with us.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy a life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
First up in sports, as football clubs in the Federation continue to be featured, here's a look at the Flow 4G K-On Rockets FC. Andre Huey, media consultant to the SKNFA, filed this report.
K-On FC is one of the clubs in St. Kitts and Nevis that have enjoyed recent successes in the SKNFA Premier League. But departures of some of their main senior players and the graduation of younger players into the main squad has delivered mixed performances. For one, they started off the season on a good note, racking up key wins in their first few matches.
Into Duncan, Duncan fakes the shoot, comes on the inside, now he shoots, and in the back of the net, through the hands of Addison Warner. Disappointed in himself. 1 to K-On on 12 minutes and 20 seconds.
But with brilliant performances in one instance, K-On can also fail to fire at other times. Most notably, their failures to score against SL Horses St. Paul's FC in 2 Premier League meetings and an FA Cup appearance, conceding 6 goals to lose all 3 matches.
Fake. Nelson! In the back of the net, Nelson! Scoring against his former team. Number 2, up in the V. White couldn't do anything about that.
They had some moments this season. At one point they were in second, they were the closest just out of St. Paul's, but eventually they went on the bad run where they played St. Paul's 3 times in a row, twice in the league, to finish just as the league was suspended. They had a 0-0 draw with HE Garnett Spurs, and they experienced some player personnel changes where we saw the likes of Champagne, but they also welcome the likes of Carlos Berti, who should be able to address some of their goal scoring woes that was left by Vincent Nelson.
But assistant coach Jazz Buchanan, despite these failures, continued to sing the praises of the young, valiant players in the K-On setup.
Started to fix a lot of things, you know. Only thing we started to fix before this game, and so we was kind of dry in terms of finishing. Tonight, now we went back in more in a shell that we had chance, you know, we didn't come to them, though. And I think when you're gonna play again like Sempars, and so you gotta like try to score your chance to get them because when they get this, they're gonna score this. So it's gonna be a lot of chew. It's gonna be just again, and we're gonna fix a lot of things that happen tonight.
Still, K-On FC knows that when the season resumes, they have work to do.
Being able to compete while still being very young is something that's very commendable to me for about this K-On team.
Currently ranked 4th in the Premier League, K-On FC has a platform to propel themselves up the table ahead of the Super 6 playoffs.
Jamaican swim star Alia Atkins secured a double gold at match 9 of the International Swim League in Naples, Italy, to improve her standings in the league MVP rankings. More in this TVJ Sport report. We apologize as we seem to have been having some technical difficulties. When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.
The Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. the Honourable Timothy Harris, wants to alert the public about fake Facebook and social media accounts that are circulating. These sites may look genuine, but they're not. These fake sites may use the Prime Minister's photo and name, but their only intention is to spread misinformation through false and scandalous information. Some of these pages are scams and will attempt to dupe you out of money. Do not trust them. You can find the real Prime Minister Harris on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by searching for his official handle, which is @PMHarrisKN. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages that claim to be the Prime Minister's but do not have PM Harris KN right after the / are fake accounts. These should be reported to the respective social media sites. You can also report fake social media accounts to presssec@gov.kn. That's PRESSEC@gov.kn. Facebook has verified Prime Minister Harris's official page by placing a white check mark inside a blue circle next to the Prime Minister's name, Dr. the Honourable Timothy Harris. This blue circle appears just above @PMHarrisKN. Also, be alert. If the person claiming to be either the Prime Minister or another government official asks you for money through instant messenger, direct message, or any other means, this is a scam and not a real charity. This public service announcement was produced in order to help you be an informed social media user. Protect yourself and help spread the message.
And wrapping up with a recap of the top stories. Prime Minister Harris addresses the nation at multi-press conference. Federation records its 12th COVID-related death and signed a Patriots jersey presented to the Governor General. And that's the end of the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carla Barrage. Goodbye.